So Jeb Bush is trying to prove that he's a tough guy. He's been saying stupid things like he's got his big boy pants on. That's what his strategist for a super PAC said. He himself said that he eats nails before breakfast. I can't get over how dumb that is. Anyway, so he's on a Huffington Post here. They ask him about some crazy email questions that he's gotten in the past. He's going to make the mistake of answering one of them. Again, he's trying to prove how tough he is. Don't do it, Jeb. This is so stupid. This is actually a gotcha question. And no one even posed it. He brought it up himself. Huffington Post didn't ask. Watch the tape.
Said if you could go back in time and kill baby Hitler, would you? I need to know.
And crazy.
Hell yeah, I would.
Even if he was really cute.
No, look, you gotta step up, man. I mean, that woto be key. Problem with going back in history and doing that is, as we know from the series, what was the name of the Michael Fox movies?
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future. It could have a dangerous effect on everything else.
There's a lot to consider in this.
But I'd do it. I mean, okay. Hitler.
Dude, this is getting embarrassing, man. Where's Robert De Niro when you need him? Clean up, go home. Clean up, go home, man. Oh, God, you saw him get stuck there in the middle, like, oh, no, what have I done? Because he realized, oh, I'm killing a baby. That's not a good thing for a presidential candidate to say, that I would murder a baby. And then he's like, and he gets stuck, and he's like, well, you got to step up, man. You got to step up. Now, the reason it's a gotcha question is you can't win either way. See, asking, hey, what is the difference between the Shiites and Sunnis is not a gotcha question. That's very, very important for foreign policy, especially if you're going to be president. Would you kill baby Hitler is a gotcha question because either way you're saying, no, I won't kill Hitler, or yes, I'll murder a baby, right? Those are not good answers. It's like asking, hey, when was the last time you beat your wife? Wait a minute. There is no good answer for that. That's a gotcha question. Don't bring it up voluntarily and then get yourself stuck in quicksand and be like, I mean, you got to step up, right? Snap the baby's neck. I mean, it's Hitler. Oh, God, you're really bad at this. Oh, God, you're bad. Please leave. Please leave. Whatever you do, please just pack up. Go home. Leave. Oh, it's just so embarrassing. Okay. He's done, man. He's done. Should I do the gavel? I'm going to hold on for one more, like, I don't know, a day, a week, I don't know. But I'm so close to gaveling him. He was supposed to be the front runner. This dude's got almost no chance, man. He sucks at this.